Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I have a deck that I'm calling Frostbite Fiora, and I was originally trying to create kind of a counter meta deck with Fiora. I really wanted to counter dragons and things like Tahm Kench and Soraka, but the meta has shifted a little bit since then, just kind of in response to those decks in general. So there's kind of actually a lot of aggro and there's a lot of spider decks, things like that, just to be able to climb ladder in rank fairly, fast. And Fiora still does a decent job matching up against those decks. Okay, so with Fiora, it's kind of interesting. She has a secondary win condition. So in order for her to level up the first time, you have to have killed 2 enemies. She has to have killed 2 enemies. And then you win the game after she's leveled up and you've killed 4 enemies and survived. So if Fiora levels up and she dies, you'll have to get all 4 over again. If Fiora levels up and she survives, you only have to get 2 more in order to win the game. So yeah, secondary win condition, which is kind of interesting because this allows you to pick off smaller units, protect your Fiora, and then win the game in kind of a different way, which is cool. And it's fairly easy to do against aggro decks and spider decks because typically they are smaller units that we can pick off early in the game and then, just kind of win from there. A lot of times as well, they're just looking at dealing, direct damage to the Nexus. There are exceptions to that. They sometimes run Mystic Shot and get excited, but we can sometimes, get around this with things like our buffs. So we've got Warships, we've got like Prismatic Barriers, we got flash freezes, a lot of things that we can use to counter these sort of spells and units that will be damaging us. So yeah, with the release of Shyvana and the expansion, we got a few new cards that actually are pretty good support cards for Fiora. So I'm specifically talking about Sharpsight and Strafing Strike. Both of these cards are pretty good with Fiora. Sharpsight is going to allow us to buff up our units so that it can potentially be able to, block through bigger units that are buffed themselves, or spells like Grasp of the Undying. And then Strafing Strike is another. It's just basically a 3-cost single combat if you aren't running dragons, right? So this is just an additional strike card that we can use to help win the game, level up Fiora. Alright, and then kind of here in this deck we have basically things that are going to help us survive. So Ranger's Resolve, Bright Steel Protector, Icevale Archer, Flash Freeze, Prismatic Barrier, Riposte, Concerted Strike, and Judgment. All of these cards are helping protect our units and also level up Fiora. We can look here in kind of our card distribution graph here. We've got 17 units and 23 spells, and then 3 of those units are champions, right? So we've got really 14 just regular units, which isn't a ton. And so when we're mulliganing, it's actually fairly important that we look for early game units and Fiora. Fiora is a single champion and basically our main win condition in this deck. She is the most important unit to have in our opening hand, so you should mulligan pretty aggressively for her. Because of that, we're also running 2 Entreat, so it's almost like we're running 5 Fiora in the deck. And then once you have a Fiora out, Entreat basically turns into a 6-mana riposte, which I mean isn't the most efficient, but it still is another barrier for you and potentially more damage. So yeah, just keep that in mind. We're basically running 5 copies of Fiora in the deck. In case you're wondering why I'm not running something like Ashe. We really want to be focusing on this win condition with Fiora, and this deck really is built around Ashe. Alright, and then kind of our last heavy hitting unit here, not really heavy hitting, but expensive unit is the Rime Tusk Shaman. At the round start, you Frostbite the strongest enemy. This was included basically to counter things like the Firebrand Dragon, things like that, because these abilities of these units actually go through the spell shield. They don't count as proccing the spell shield, but they'll go through it and can Frostbite them still. The same is true for the Icevale Archer. These play abilities that actually just go right through it, and you'll still have to proc the barrier, but it still will Frostbite them, which is pretty cool. Alright, so that's about it for this deck. It's been pretty fun playing. I've had quite a bit of success with it. Definitely not an easier deck to play. You have to, I guess, mulligan correctly. You do have to kind of keep the cards in your hand. There isn't a lot of card draw either, so just keep that in mind as well. You kind of want to gather the cards that you need to win, and then use them almost all at once, but, be careful about how you use your cards and smart, and you should be able to have a good chance of winning the games that you play. anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Alright, we are going against a Demacia, pure Demacia deck, so we're probably looking at Bannerman here. I don't really know if we're going to match up well against this. I'm trying to, work around... We're trying to work around dragons and everything, but they have just so much pressure, and... yeah, anyway. Hard to deal with. We're going to see if he's got a turn 2 play with Herald of Dragons. It's a pretty typical play. We're going to play the War... oh, no, we're not going to play the War Chefs anymore. Actually, we can play... Can we play the Ice Veil Archer? Do we want to mitigate that damage? How important is that? Where's our win condition coming? Is it coming from us? Yeah, I think we got to pass here.
Ready weapons.
Alright, play Warships now. In the round here, and we can follow this up with Miss Fiora. Let's go ahead and play Fiora. Now, if he's got a Herald of Dragons, he can't play it. Makes it hard for him anyway. We've also got a couple of ways around this. If he's got single combat or strafing strike, whatever, just play this. And he shouldn't have a 1-cost spell that can deal with this. Alright, that's fine. Now we attack like this. We're going to heal her up 2 damage. Or 2 health, I mean to say. And in the round. That's great. Alright, we've got some damage mitigation here as well with the Ice Veil Archer. And our opponent surrenders. So there we go. Yeah. Not too bad there. 2-minute game. Fiora gets us the win. Alright, we're going against a Garen deck. With Shadow Isles. This is interesting. I wonder if this is a... I made a deck a long time ago that was a... what's it called? Can't even think. The immunity one, the one that grants you, so you can't die. And we combine that with Atrocity. Alright, I wish I had Fleet Feather Tracker. Anyway, we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna follow this up with our Fiora, I think. Can we just go with Fiora here?
Ready for deployment.
He's got single combat. I guess we just lose the ability to save her. The good thing is, I guess, that she does go up to 4 and 4. There's single combat. I think I'm actually okay with this. We do lose the Fiora, but she takes out 2 units. Which is great. He's down to 4 cards, and we have a better board presence than he does too, so. And we just drew another Fiora. I think we just start out with her. How can he punish us here? Yeah, I mean, how does he punish us there? Anyway, we attack here. He could have vengeances. Anyway.
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
We can use Sharpsight here if he's got another single combat. And our opponent surrenders. There we go. It's another early surrender game. Not the best gameplay, but we're at least winning.
Another victory for House LoR.
Okay, we are going against not a They Who Endure deck, but a Noxus deck. This could be kind of interesting. Alright, none of these cards are good. We definitely want to get some earlier cards here. There we go, that's a lot better. And we get an entreat to get the Fiora out if we can. Who's that? What the? Okay. Is that like a War Mother's reference? I think it is. Kalista Elise, so probably spiders, lots of spiders. And we're going to see here if he actually ends up playing Mr. Bombarda. Okay. Got turn 1. We will trade the Fleet Feather Tracker into a Precious Pet. Kind of wish we had turn 2 now that we drew the War Chefs. Strafing Strike.
I know what lurks in the
Alright,
shadows.
this is really good.
Locked and ready.
Nothing going there for him. Got single combat, so let's go ahead and play our War Chefs. We can take out this Elise, so we're gonna see if he's got anything to save her, I guess. Let's go ahead and attack with our Icefell Archer as well. He's going to be blocking into it next round anyway, so I mean we can at least get value out of this right now. Awesome. Can't play another Elise. He might. Well, he probably would have used his Vile Feast if he had it, right? Okay. Pass here.
I pull the strings.
He does get 6 damage on us, but we also kill his Elise. Alright, we're even. Better board state for him. I have 1 more mana. Alright. Now, do we go for the Rime Tusk Shaman? Can we protect her? We can. I think we go for it. If he's got Vengeance, he's got Vengeance. Okay, Risen Mists. It's fine. Do we attack here? I don't think we attack here, but yeah, we're gonna Frostbite one of these guys.
Sends chills up my spine.
Jeez, always another one. Oh, it's his turn. Yeah, Burst Speed spell. Interesting.
Bitter cold.
We're down -1.
The frost reveals all to me.
Alright, we'll entreat here. Grab our Fiora. In the round, I mean, he got basically all of the Mist Wraiths that he needs as well. Alright, and we draw a Judgment, which is awesome. I'm gonna see if he's got Vengeance or anything. I don't know that it's necessarily ran in this deck. I think we've got a pass here, unfortunately. Still got a pass. Still got a pass, but he's showing his entire hand to me. Unless he top decks a freaking, yeah, okay. He's gonna have to top deck something. Otherwise, I think we're gonna get a pretty good Fiora win here. One way or another. Smart.
Sharp blade, sharp mind. Is this supposed to be a challenge? Death by a thousand
I think he didn't attack with everybody. We're still leveling up here though.
Too easy.
Alright. Awesome.
You're covered.
We're gonna threaten the Kalista here. It's basically showing me his entire hand still. So yeah, threaten the Kalista. Take her out. We've got Strafing Strike here as well. So if he plays this card, we know pretty much exactly what he's got. Strafing Strike onto the weakest tier. We've got a Riposte back up. We're gonna see if he's got Vengeance. And he surrenders, so we got it. Yeah. Played too many cards there. Well, no, I probably would have still used Judgment. The problem is he used a lot of his cards, and the chances of him having something to deal with Fiora was pretty low. So, got the win there. Alright, we are going against Jinx Twisted Fate. Haven't seen this for quite a while. This could be a casino deck, which is pretty fun to play. Makes me think going against it though. This opening hand's actually okay. I also like Ranger's Resolve for a potential red card with barrels. I mean, they don't normally put that in a casino deck, but that's not necessarily what this is, so we'll let it go. Turn 1 plays they usually don't have just because their 1-cost unit is the Bull Shark. Could have a turn 2 play here. And he does not, so that's great. We've got ways to protect our units. We've even got an Entreat, so that's awesome. Alright, so he's going with direct damage. That tells me that he's going to have Pilfered Goods. Let's go ahead and put down our Fiora or a Black Market Merchant. Which one do we use? Which one? I think we start out with Sharpsight, don't we? Alright, we'll pass. He's got another Mystic Shot we can still get him to. Alright, we are going to put down our Bright Steel Protector. This is awesome because well, this allows us to attack one, but this also prevents him from putting down a TF potentially, so. We've got, even if he uses like a gold card, we have, yeah.
I'm always up for a round or two.
We've got this. And backup Ranger's Resolve as well. Alright, so we still attack here. Ranger's Resolve. And we end the round. Ooh, we got another barrier. This guy's gonna hate me. We got Strafing Strike too. I think we go with single combat though, right?
No, it's here somewhere.
1-cost spell that stops me from leveling here. Nope.
Finally, peace and quiet.
Level up the Fiora. She's leveled up, which is great, so even if they do have something that can kill her, I've got Entreat, which is really hard for him to deal with. And yeah, we just end the round now. Alright, awesome. We're gonna attack here. Do we entreat? Alright, do we want... It's down to 3 cards. We use entreat, we do +3 damage. This could win me or lose me the game. 3 cards left. Twisted Fate comes out. Gold card anyway. We're not getting any extra. I think we let it go. I think we let it go. We don't get any extra value. It's not like we're using the that's interesting. Go with the Rhyme Tusk Shaman here.
The Freljord's true ruler.
Hopefully he doesn't get anything crazy. Oh, Frostbite's good. University of Piltover deck. That's interesting. Which means he probably just, drew it. I think we're gonna pass here. We can afford to pass. Not as good, but we're going to also take this guy out. Just gotta play them, they're fleeting. Alright. Okay, I think we just open attack here. No, never mind, now we develop.
Fall by my blade.
A symbol worth fighting for.
Let them eat so. Try me.
Alright, that's fine. He's got Frostbite this next round. We're out of cards though.
Ice runs in our veins.
Oh good, another entreat, which is basically Fiora's riposte here. Is he deep? He's almost deep. It's funny. It's basically all you can do though.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
I'm gonna hope he doesn't have a Vile Feast in hand or any sort of damage. Chances are he doesn't, but it'll just be my luck. Okay. No Vile Feast.
The frost reveals gold.
Alright. Got the win again. I'm kind of boring there at the end just because we were top decking everything. They do get a lot of value out of that. University of Piltover is probably my least favorite landmark, just in how random it is, and it doesn't really help you win a game unless you've got leveled up Jinx. But we killed it.